Hi, welcome back to PracticalStudent.com. Today we're looking at part 8 of the 2015 vintage truck project. These are the chassis rails. There's 2 of them that have to be manufactured. They're not as difficult, except the material is something that we're just not used to working with. It's channel aluminium, 2 millimeters thick and 15 on the edges, both directions. Because of what we're working with here and for easy use, we're also going to be using odd leg calipers today as well, which is slightly different from normal. The pieces are 180 in length. I've already cut these on the power hacksaw and filed them down to shape. If you don't have that done already, it's helpful if they're 180, but it doesn't really matter if they're longer. You can deal with that afterwards. So we have 2 holes here in the top surface. Now you may not understand how a drawing works, but hopefully you will. So this is our side view. This is like as if we're looking at the project there. So we're looking straight down on it. This is when it's flipped over to that side there. So we can tell that we have a hole in the side here. And this view is the top-down view. So we can tell here we have 2 holes in the top up here. Now, we also get a little bit of extra information. We can see there's 2 little dashed lines if you look carefully, and if you download the drawing and print it out, you'll be able to see these much clearer. That tells us that this hole goes through both sides. So when we drill here, we have to drill through the other side as well. We don't have that same problem here, but it does show us where those holes are. So let's get started. We have a hole at 6 from the left edge and 18. 6 plus 18 is 24, so we're going to use that information. So I'm just going to mark 6 and 24 from the left edge. Do it quickly on the other one as well. And just T-square those lines across. So we know the holes are somewhere on that line. So that'll give us those 2. We also have a hole at 20 millimeters in from the right hand edge. That's going to be for that one. So I'm going to flip my pieces. This is the top. Just going to flip them over, and I'm going to measure 20 from the right hand edge. I'm using my finger here to feel when the ruler is level with the edge. I'm going to T-square that one because I may get confused in a little bit with all the scratches there. And this is now where the odd leg calipers is going to come in handy. I'm just going to move those over here for a second. So the odd leg calipers, if you're looking at it, has a scriber point on one side and this little hook on the other. So when you're setting it up, make sure that the point of the scriber on the odd leg calipers is at least level with this corner when you bring them together. And if anything, you could have it slightly longer. And we're not even a millimeter, just the point of it above it. Sometimes I think in America they call this a Jenny. I tend to call it an odd leg calipers myself. Now we're going to set this to 7.5 millimeters. That's going to work both for this section here and this section here. So to set it up, put the hook end on the end of the ruler and then move the point until you get the distance that you want. So we want 7.5, it looks like 8. So take your time, get it right, or as best you can. It looks slightly under 7.5, but I'm going to go with that. So we're going to use the edge here and mark a line So I'm putting my finger here, I'm holding it like that, but I also have my finger here, because I know the direction of travel is going to be away from me, which is going to put pressure on this section, and I can hold it in place with my thumb as well. So I put a line there. Now, that looks 7.5, but we can double check. If we turn it around and do a line on the other side, we can see how accurate we were with our 7.5. Now that does not look accurate at all. However, we can now split that distance. Just double check this. Try and be more accurate on the next one. But when we're punching this now in a minute, I'm going to split the difference there. So we'll see if we're more accurate on this one. Okay, so definitely improved on the accuracy there. And again, up here, we do the same thing. Scribe a line across, turn it around, scribe it again. Yeah, we have 7.5 on it now. So it's slightly off in the first one. So I'm just going to go back to that first one and redo a line there. So it isn't far off. Did I make a mistake? Maybe I made a mistake on that. So we're going to punch those different locations now. And we're going to drill all the holes with a 3.5 drill bit, and we essentially have the piece done. And I'll be back to you just after we drill it. So that was a nice simple piece there today, nothing too difficult. If you do have a little push through in the inside of the holes, just get a small little file and give them a little rub in there. If your file doesn't fit that direction, you can always use something like a square file there and just rub it up and down a couple of times to get rid of any rough bits on the inside of the hole. Other than that, just has to be cleaned up and prepared for painting, but nothing too hard. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video, which will be a bit longer. Bye.